time I sparred, now you have to picture this. I'm 10 years old when I go to the gym in September of 72. I trained September, October, November, December, January, February, up till February the 9th, the day before my 11th birthday, to spar for the very first time. I wanted to get this right because
that's crazy at 10, Bobby.
That's
insane.
Well, people said to me when I was 10 years old, how long do you think it'll take before you're good enough to win a world title? I said, I think it's going to take me 14 years. Well, September 6, 1986, 14 years later, I won my first world title.
Would you do it purposely?
No, I didn't do it.
I'm just kidding.
That was the first shot I had at it.
I know.
But when I trained this one time, and I'll explain it to you, I trained all those months for my first sparring session the day before I turned 11. And I was sparring this kid, Tony, in the gym. He was a little heavier than me, but I beat him up so bad that the trainer in the gym took him out. And he put another kid in, Jimmy, who was a very accomplished junior Olympic boxer. And I looked at my father. I was petrified because I knew he had gold medals and this and that, and he could fight. And on top of that, he was bigger than me and taller than me and heavier than me. And he'd been in the gym 2 years already. I was there for 4 months. I was first day sparring. I looked at my father, and he gave me that look, and he said, "You can do this." And he had that look, and I'm like, I'm more afraid of my father than anybody on the planet. Okay? So I get in there, and the next round's like a blur, but I had done so well, and that the whole gym stopped and gave me a standing ovation.
And again, you're only 11 years old at this time.
Day before my 11th birthday. That's the first time I knew I was. Because eventually, when I came home from school in March, my mother said, "Your father wants to talk to you." And I was like, I was always paralyzed because he never just talked about little stuff. He was about over the top stuff. So I got on the phone. I said, "What's up, Pop?" He said, "You know that trip to Poland you're supposed to be on?" I said, "Yeah." And I'm thinking in my head, he wants to rip my heart out. He said, "They're all dead, son." And I was silent.
Pull up that link, Rob.
He said, "They're all dead." I said, "What do you mean they're dead?" He said, "The plane crashed. Every one of them died. Everybody on the plane's dead." The thing I was always good. I was tough. Like I used to spar with Ray Mercer. Ray Mercer could hit like a mule. He hit me once with a right hand so hard, I thought a brick fell out of the ceiling of the building. I'm serious. He hit me. He was right in front of me. I couldn't see him. But then I slipped and I fired back, and he says, I hit you with the best right hand I ever threw. He said, "You just didn't care." That's how I roll.
Now, when you become pro and you're taking hits like this, and I know you spar. I boxed for a while too. Never anywhere near.
You spar more than you actually fight. You get hit more rounds in sparring, training for a fight than you do for the actual fight.
As a professional, are you getting hit pretty hard when you're sparring?
Tons of times.
Okay, so they're not going light on you.
No.
Okay.
Just the opposite. So
that you're ready when you do get the massive right.
If you don't get pushed to your limit, and that's why sometimes we'll take 3 or 4 boxers to come. So that after one guy goes 3 rounds, you got another guy who's fresh to go 3. Now you got some of your gas tanks gone. You got to maneuver through it, and now then there's a third guy. So it's
what's one fight that sticks out in your head that if you could go back, you would have done something differently?
Holyfield.
I figured that's what it was going to be. What would you have done?
I'd just gone another couple rounds. But I mean, like I said, I was worried about my father. My trainer was worried about my eyesight. I couldn't see, and that's really a little, that's panicking when you can't see and you're seeing blurry and your eyes are my actual the veins in my eyes hemorrhaged and started bleeding. My eyes. You think I'm not talking about blood. I'm not talking about a little bit of red eye. I'm talking about bloodshot red.
And you couldn't see.
Not well.
Yeah. And that one went, what, 5 rounds?
After the 5th round, yeah.
But you weren't physically worn out or dizzy or anything. Your eyes were
wasn't
just
hurt. I mean, I was a little tired. He was, he came at me with all he had, but I could stand up and I could have fought some more.
Yeah. And what's he at fighter like? Really, really good at that time? Did you feel he really had his shit together?
Oh, Holyfield?
Yeah.
He was one of the best in the world.
Who do you think's the best?
It's hard to say that there's one pound for pound guy is tough. I mean, a fighter of all time, you might want to pick a guy like Roberto Duran, even though he got beat a few times. He fought in 5 different decades, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000.
I forget.
I don't know any other fighter who's lived that long.
Yeah.
In a nightclub and restaurant that I used to go to a lot, and these 4 women started walking toward me, and I'm like, oh, which one did I sleep with? Oh, God, which one?
Oh.
This is going to be a bad night. This is going to be a bad day. And they come walking over, and the one girl goes, "Are you Bobby Czyz?" I said, "Yeah."
Maybe.
Yeah, I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Oh, me and my girlfriend just want to say thank you." I said, "For what?"
I get you. What are you thinking? Uh-oh. Oh,
I don't
boy.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, whenever they have the big fights on, instead of everybody paying $59.95 to watch the big fights, we all go over one house and we have a party. And we like football. We don't really understand things, and you help make all of us understand it so easily. We don't have to ask our boyfriends. We wanted to thank you." And my wife thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that is
and
cool.
And I thought it was cool too. I thought I was in trouble.
All of that is your Holyfield fight. It goes 5 rounds.
Right.
You know, you hit him hard. And what did he tell you later on in life?
Well, he wasn't him. I was told he in an article that he was interviewed, he said if I had gone one more round, he was going to quit. He said he just wasn't his day. He was done. He was burnt out. And I heard from some state troopers that what was used on my gloves was Tabasco sauce, which upset me. But no one ever heard that. No one ever saw that. No one ever. Here's what bothered me most. When they tested the glove, first of all, they lost the gloves for 48 hours before they tested them. That's already, the chain of custody is already broken. Then when it comes back, they said they were inconclusive. There's no such thing as inconclusive. There was either just Vaseline and water on the gloves, or there were chemicals on the gloves. If you found no chemicals, there's no chemicals.
So if it's inconclusive, what would they would score the fight as a draw?
No, inconclusive means everything stands the way it was.
Oh, it stays.
Inconclusive, nothing changes.
Ah, you would think that would be a draw, right?
No, inconclusive means we do it again. Now, I know if we fought a second time, he would have trained and he would have beat me. I know that. Don't have a problem with that. But again, the same way you never get a second chance to make a first impression, you never get a second chance for a title like that. Again, well, not a title, but the title of beating Holyfield, one of the greatest heavyweights ever.